I really like it when celebrities will stand up against the mob. This one's going to be really interesting. Nobody has come out and said anything, but I expect that it's only a matter of time until people do. Denzel Washington giving not so favorable opinions during some interviews recently that I'm about to go over. It actually kind of goes against the grain. Only a few have done it so far. I can think of Ricky Gervais, Gina Carano, Matthew McConaughey, and a few others that have actually stood up against the mob. And it looks like Denzel Washington is joining them. So Denzel was giving an interview for a movie that he's just completed. I think it's about to come out. And he actually had some it's crazy that this is controversial, but controversial comments regarding law enforcement and the military. Basically, he said he supports them, which is something that is a big no-no in Hollywood. You have to be totally against that. So it'll be interesting to see if people come after him, because that's just usually how this stuff works. It's really funny when someone like Denzel takes a stance like that, because they'll start saying all kinds of nasty stuff about him that I probably can't even say on this channel. But it's only when people like Denzel take a stance like this. If you remember what happened with Ice Cube, when he came out and said, yeah, the Orange Man's willing to work with me, so I talked to him. Remember the kind of nasty shit they were saying about him? I bet you it'll happen with Denzel too. But here's the story right here. A legendary actor, Denzel Washington, whose career includes Man on Fire, Training Day, Remember the Titans, and Malcolm X, recently declared his support for both police and American soldiers. By the way, all these are great movies. Man on Fire is a fantastic movie if you've never seen it. Training Day, great movie. Remember the Titans, great movie. Never seen Malcolm X, so I'm not sure. But Man on Fire and Training Day are two of my favorite movies. I love those movies. Anyway, Washington's comments come while speaking with Yahoo Entertainment for his upcoming film, The Little Things, where he plays Joe Deacon, a disgraced Los Angeles County sheriff's detective hunting down a serial killer. Washington said, I have the utmost respect for what they do, for what our soldiers do that sacrifice their lives. People who sacrifice their lives, basically. He added, I just don't care for people who put those kinds of people down. If it weren't for them, we would not have the freedom to complain about what they do. And I agree. I 100% agree. I'm not trying to defund like law enforcement. I think that that's ridiculous. We're going to send in the social workers, stuff like that. I just don't like that opinion. I'm sorry. And I stand with what he's saying here. I think what he's saying makes sense. And he goes on to talk about why he respects them. And I think it's a pretty cool story. Basically, what happened is he was doing a ride-along to prepare for Ricochet, which is another really good Denzel Washington movie. That's a really old one, actually. That came out a while ago, but it's good. You should check it out if you can find it. I don't even know if that's on Blu-ray. But he was preparing for his role, so he went on a ride-along, and he talked about how the law enforcement officer had a call to go see this old man who might commit self-harm, and this other car rolled up really fast, and it was, his grandkids. And he's like, well, yeah, the police officer kept it cool the whole time, being calm. He didn't pull anything out and, shoot anybody or anything like that, and it made him get tremendous respect because he was like, well, this car just rolled up. These could have been some people about to run up on him. And I thought that was pretty cool. And ever since then, I guess he's been a big supporter. There's a video in this as well where he actually helps the LAPD diffuse a situation. Was a pretty cool clip. It was like 35 seconds. He just kind of talks to the guy. I don't know what he did. And helps calm him down and keep everything chill. So I like this. This is something you just don't see very often. And it's crazy that, this is considered controversial, supporting law enforcement and military. But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in now. So I'm wondering when they're going to come after him. Like, this seems to be going under the radar, but if you remember, Kurt Russell got canceled for a lot less when he came out. This is back in 11/19/20. He came out and said, I don't think that actors and actresses should share their political opinions. I think they should just shut up and entertain, basically. And they went after him for a couple of days, calling him like a POS and How dare he just want to do his job, and he needs to stand up and share for the cause and all this stuff. Bunch of nonsense. They went after him pretty hard. They've kind of laid off of him. He's not on social media, so he probably didn't see any of it. He's a lot happier than most people by not being on these hellhole social media sites. Only one that I've liked so far is Minds. Minds is pretty chill. We don't have Parler anymore, so I would suggest checking out Minds. Twitter is a hellhole. If I wasn't making content, I wouldn't be on Twitter. I wouldn't be. Twitter, I think, is a disgrace to society. We have a guy. I'm not going to get into it, but anyway, he got canceled for a lot less. So the question here is, when eventually these people, they'll be bored one day. They don't have anybody to try to destroy. They've already been trying to destroy Chris Pratt all day with with fake tweets. By the way, fake tweets. I did that. Check that video out. So I'm sure they'll need to put somebody up to the fire, because all they do is just ravage and destroy people. So I'm sure they'll find out about this and they'll come after Denzel. That'll be really interesting to watch, because they're going to get really nasty, probably be a little bit racist when they do it too, because that's how they roll. And then they say, well, if you call it out, you're the racist. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Denzel's comments here, showing his whole going full Ricky Gervais, giving Hollywood the finger. What do you think about this? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.